Cha! Welcome back. New year, new me. It's your boy, the Big Sneezy. And we got a good video for y'all today. We have a new member in the Sneezy household. Hold on, let me get him, y'all. Tell YouTube hello. Tell YouTube hello. No, tell YouTube hello. All right, whatever 10 years. I had a name for 10 years. Guess what my dog name is? It is Figaro. Figaro, 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 Figaro. All right, Figaro said like, subscribe, share, and let's talk about lowercase g, because where's the top G? The top G moment was supposed to happen and it didn't happen. Andrew Tate, what happened? What happened? I thought you were supposed to stand on business. There was no business standing here. You let Big Papa Pump Patric Davis bully you like that, and you just go ahead and take it with your nice shades on, nice bald head, and you just accept everything he said and you start throwing niggas under the bus. What happened? You're supposed to stand on 20, bro. What's going on? Patric asked you some questions. You like, Patric, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. Well, Sneako. Sneako did it. Let's watch lowercase g in this interview with Patric Davis and friends and company, because the rest of them are irrelevant. Nobody knows them.
The tape will just start off with this clip, what the news is saying. And we'll come
it's on the news?
Oh, it's all over the news.
You made the fucking news?
You made the news. Channel 7 Miami. So, Rob, if you want to play this clip, go for it.
People laughing and celebrating Heil Hitler and Adolf Hitler. I cannot believe we're even seeing this and witnessing Miami Beach.
A Miami Beach nightclub catching heat, accused of celebrating hate with a song about Hitler.
Absolute disgust.
Disgusted, horrified.
City leaders reacting to videos making the rounds on social media featuring the Kanye West song with the lyrics Heil Hitler over and over again. The same men seen in the club, known as controversial influencers, are also in a video from a limo. In that one, they're singing, and one of them is performing a Nazi salute.
Myron.
To have people in our city celebrating this. Animals.
This is obviously not welcome in Miami Beach. It should not be welcome anywhere in the world.
And by the way, I spoke to other club operators. They are not welcome in their club. How they got into this club, open arms, I want to know how.
The videos are from Saturday night. This one inside the Club Vendome at 743 Washington Avenue.
This is the first problem. Is Sneako the DJ? Is Myron the DJ? Is Andrew Tate the DJ? Is Clavicular the DJ? No, not one of these people are the DJ. What? None of these people are the DJ. You don't see the background. The background is red, like it's in hell. So somebody planned to play that music and it wasn't them, but yet they get flagged for it. Now all of Miami Beach news want to talk about why are these people here? Why the DJ here? Why can the lights go red during this song? Somebody need to fire the pyrotechnic or the people that control the lights. Fire him. Blame the club. Blame the club. It is your fault. It is your fault. Why everybody so mad? Everybody want to shoot niggas. Ain't nobody on the news saying, hey man, why do we need to promote the music of black people killing black people? Nobody says not a goddamn thing. But then you get some big-nosed Jews about celebrating the massacre of Jews. Everybody has a problem. Well, when they talk about niggas and they talk about slavery, nobody has a problem. Bitches get on poles. Everybody, oh man, we just vibing, bro. It's so long ago. Don't worry about it, man. You guys want to be stuck in the past, bro. Oh my God, it didn't even start yet. In 10 seconds, I'm already going on a rant.
The club releasing a statement on social media that reads in part, "We want to be unequivocally clear. Vendome and our hospitality group do not condone anti-Semitism, hate speech, or prejudice of any kind."
Your club played it! Your club played it! What the fuck are y'all talking about? You are the club. The DJ is your responsibility. You played it. What are you talking about? We want to be unequivocally clear. Vendome and our hospitality group do not condone anti-Semitism, hate speech, or prejudice of it. Why did you play the song then? Why'd you play the song? If you want to blame mine in the gang for playing it in the car, which y'all did, that's fine. That's another topic. That's another topic for later on in this video. But the club themselves even got the red lights. Y'all had the red lights. Everybody in the club, kick everybody out. Everybody that was in that club that was singing to that music, you need to ban them. Ban all of them. Ban all of them. That's the only way that makes sense.
It goes on to state, "We are deeply disturbed by the harm caused by this incident and the circulation of this footage." The Post explains the business is looking into safeguards and procedures to make sure this doesn't happen again. As for the men in the video celebrating,
don't make it happen again. Don't make it happen again. Tell the DJ. Where's the DJ? Did the DJ post? Get the DJ. Somebody fire this. Get the goddamn DJ. It's his fault. Get the person that's controlling the lights. It's his fault. And get the people that was getting the crowd hyped up. You're not gonna tell me these 5 people got the whole club hyped up. Nah, they got their own little section. La la la. They doing their thing. If y'all no, everybody is responsible.
I barely even see me at any of this.
Yeah.
Firstly, but I want to be very careful here because I don't want to deflect too heavily. I don't want to be blaming other people, etc. A whole bunch of songs were played that night, none of which I requested. None. I walk into a nightclub and songs are played. Unfortunately, if anything happens anywhere near me, it gets tied to my name. If someone got shot in that club, they would have said, Andrew Tate's in a nightclub where this man got shot. I didn't shoot him. I didn't pull the trigger. I don't know who the fuck he is. I was there and the song was played. The actual conversation I think that's interesting to have when it comes to this is the nature of the internet and the nature of influencing in general. Because I think we're living in a world now where only shock value seems to get anybody's attention for any significant period of time because everyone's dopamine receptors are completely fried. So all of these young influencers or anyone on the internet who's trying to make any name for themselves is trying to be as controversial and shocking as possible as quickly as possible. And that's why the song was played, because it gets views. That's why. I didn't play it. I didn't ask them to play it. I didn't dance. I didn't sing.
What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this man saying? Oh, they're doing it for the clicks. They're doing it for the views. Yo, Sneako is already lit. As much as y'all don't like, Sneako already lit. Myron is already lit. Nickfuentes is already lit. But they don't need to be doing extra shit. If they do, they probably doing this for their fan. They're probably live streaming. Let everybody know, like, this Nick first time going to the club. Woo 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 woo. That's it.
In fact, the only time you see me on there is me storming out of the bus, saying this is ridiculous and leaving. But I know why it was played. It was played because of this. It was played because it gets traction in a world where everybody is bored of everything all of the time. And that's why these young people are encouraged constantly to try and do the most shocking thing possible. You see this not just with this song, you see this on all their streams. They're running people over and doing retarded shit constantly. So I'm not here to make excuses for myself. I'm not here to say it wasn't me. I'm not here to, blame someone else. But it is kind of ridiculous. It does feel a bit unfair that I'm standing in a nightclub. A song comes on that I did not request. A song comes on that I do not dance to. I do not repeat the lyrics to. I just stand there. And then they want to attribute somehow the song playing to me and it all being my fault.
That's a fair argument, but I'll to the average person that's watching it, back in the days when I'm younger, I'm in a car with a guy who I get out of the military. It's December 23rd, 97. The guy's got a bunch of pot in the back of his trunk. Cops come out.
Yep.
And I'm in the Army, and my guy's calling me, telling me, hey, you got to figure something out. You can't be involved in something like this.
Yep.
So guilty by association, it's the first thing they're going to say. You hung out with these guys. When I watched the video, Andrew...
Why do you have to mention that? The conversation should have been done right there. I say, yo, I didn't play the music. I didn't ask for a request. I didn't do none of that. And then you go ahead and say, well, you're guilty by association. So what are you trying to say? You say this is my fault? Listen to Andrew, bro. Like, he's supposed to double. This is when he's supposed to double down. Like, hey, what you trying to say? I just told you that I did not play the song. I did not request it. You should have stand right there. Let's see what happens.
You and them, Tristan looks extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. And the way you were smiling, because I saw a lot of, everyone's texting me. You and I communicate. We have conversations together. You looked extremely uncomfortable as well.
Stop
You're
it.
Smiling.
Nope. You cannot be the top G, the sayings of all sayings, and then somebody like PBDP, whatever the hell his name is, you cannot then let Patric say, hey, Andrew Tate, the world's infamous man, you look uncomfortable around everybody that's younger than you. In the club, you and your brother, the top G's of the G's, the alphas and the omega. Stop! You about to go, man. You cannot be the top G and then let somebody tell you, well, you looked uncomfortable. I can tell you didn't want to be there. What you mean? I'm a grown man. If I want to go somewhere, I go somewhere because I want to go there. I like Nickfuentes. Sneako, he got problems with me, but I'ma chill with him that day. That's for another conversation. I like Myron. Myron is cool. I'm going because I want to. Why would I feel uncomfortable? None of these niggas can whoop me. None of these niggas can whoop me and my brother. Why would I feel uncomfortable?
But you know already what's going to happen. It was almost a look where I said, Tate knows what's about to happen next.
Yeah, the shock value really isn't worth it to me. I mean, I've said some shocking things, and people will believe my brand is built on shock value, but I think they're at least shocking opinions. I like to think that I'm sitting there saying, this is my opinion, you may find it shocking, but this is what I truly believe. These are my worldviews, and perhaps there's a lot of people who agree with me, disagree with me, but to just shock and offend purely for the purpose of shocking and offending, I think that that's something that has plagued the internet for a while, but it's getting worse and worse, and you notice it across the entire streaming world because people are struggling to get any kind of views or shake people out of apathy. And when I talk to anybody below 25 who's doing anything on the internet, their only intention is to be as shocking and therefore as offensive as possible. That's what they're sitting there thinking. How do I get everybody to panic within 3 seconds? Otherwise, they're going to scroll past me.
Well, now let's hold on now. Let's hold on now. The only person in that group that is younger than 25 is
Why hang out with them?
Well, I haven't seen them in a long time. It's the first
because
time
I fucking can. They're my friends. I can't hang out with my friends. I haven't seen them in such a long time. What is that, your pimp? Is PP your pimp, Andrew? What the fuck? You tell them, hey, cause they're my friends. They're my friends. I want to hang out with them. I didn't see them in a while. We gonna hang out. That's what we did, and we did that. The fuck? That's it.
It doesn't mean it's true. I'm not going to sit here and say that Jews completely and utterly control the system. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying
you did before.
If you tell young men that, and they believe that, even if it's not true, and they're getting screwed by the system, that's why people are anti-Semitic. There was no anti-Semitism when a man could afford a house, and there was no anti-Semitism when a man could get a wife, and there's no anti-Semitism when he looked around and felt part of his community. But people are so disenfranchised now with the places they're living in and the society they're forced to live within, and they feel so disconnected from everything. They've become revolutionary. Young men of the world are revolutionary. They're looking for somebody to blame. They're told it's the Jews, so that's why they're being anti-Semitic. That's the truth about what is happening.
And it's funny though, Andrew, like, what's Nicholas Sneak? He's a grown man. I'm going to call him his real name. He's Filipino, Haitian, and his father is of Jewish descent. So on top of that, it doesn't make any sense. He's the Jew. So you're going to go to a town.
Well, hold on. Yeah, the fact that I'm a Jew, I should be the only one here to make a joke. Just like I can make slavery jokes, right? I'm supposed to, right? Because what? I'm black. If I'm fat, can I make fat jokes? I should be able to make fat jokes because I'm fat. If I was on drugs, if I'm a crackhead, I can't make crackhead jokes. I'm a crackhead. Therefore, I can make crackhead jokes. So if Sneako was a Jew, why he can't make Jewish jokes?
Predominantly, a lot of Jewish-owned businesses, you're technically Jewish too, you're playing that song, and then when you get in trouble for it, you're screaming anti-Semitism, and it's all the Jews run everything, and it's ridiculous. And I think in that sense too, Andrew, they use you, which I know you're upset, you have to be. They use you to play that song.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You have to be upset. Why would I be upset? They're my friends. Why would I be upset? You see, they're trying to place feelings onto Andrew. Hey, Andrew, you know, if you're with them, you're guilty by association. Let me go ahead and plant that seed in your head. Then he goes ahead and then this man go ahead and say this fuck shit. You must be angry, Andrew. You should be. Place another seed in your head. Come on, man, Andrew. Now this is when Andrew takes a glass off like, hey man, what the fuck is y'all doing? What the fuck is this? What is this? We can't talk about something else. I told you I didn't play the goddamn music. Sneako played it. Sneako's my friend. Regardless of what we got going on, Sneako's still a good friend of mine. I don't even think I should have told you who played it, but because I got respect for you, I went and told you. But now all y'all trying to double down on me, and I don't like it. Let's go ahead and talk about something else. That is what you should have done. What Patric gonna tell you? Nah, Andrew, answer this question right now. Pat can't whoop you. This nigga last name is Sosnick. He can't whoop you. This other guy with the nice suit, he can't whoop you. Can't them niggas whoop you? Cameron probably little. Can't nobody in that room whoop you, bro. What's the problem? I thought this was top G, bro. This is not top G stuff.
To be like, look who's with us. And you're right, I saw you. You walked right out, and even in the nightclub, you were kind of like, whatever. But I would be even more livid because coming from a guy that has a Jewish father, brings you in, plays the Hitler song, and then you're the only guy that's going to catch real flack for it.
Yeah, I think it was, so if I'm going to be optimistic, it was short-sighted by them. If I'm going to be pessimistic, it was certainly very, I mean, I wouldn't say they set me up, but they should have known that, you know, this is going to cause a whole bunch of flack for me, specifically.
In Miami.
In Miami, of course. But if I'm totally honest with you, I don't think that any of them are deeply anti-Semitic genuinely, and I don't think that any of them really thought it through. Honestly, I think...
This is probably the only kind of you know, the only grace he's giving the team that he sold out on. I don't really think they're anti-Semitic, which I don't really think any of them are, but I don't really think that any of them are anti-Semitic. They're just kids being kids. But even that, you just say I'm a kid. Well, I'm a grown ass man. They got to pay taxes like you, nigga.
I think they're just kids. It gets a reaction.
Kids.
They think they're funny. They're on the internet. They need a reaction. They want likes, and they did some fucking dumb shit. That's what I think it is. I think they're just literally retarded.
How old is Nicholas? If you don't, how old? I know.
I don't know. They're all young.
braiding
They're
guys
all
is
in their
like-
young 20s or something.
I would love to agree.
Wrong. Boom. Sneako's 27 years old. That one. Nickfuentes is also 27 years old. So these niggas is climbing 30, bro.
Brother, but they're not all kids. By the way,
Right, they're not.
Online or in the Jewish community defends you more online or behind the scenes than me.
I appreciate that, sir.
So-
I appreciate that.
You know, I had dinner with Tristan and
Of course.
Justin Wall the other day.
Yeah.
I got the call. It's Sunday. You ruined my day. At the very least, you ruined my Sunday.
Well, I
with
woke
my
up.
nephew.
I woke up. I was like, what
I
the
feel
fuck?
you. And I get a call from not one person, not two, everybody.
Yep.
Your brother, you're texting me, Justin Waller, the club owners, the DJ, everyone, the mayor.
The bathroom attendant.
Whoa. Hold on now, Adam. Now, I feel like you're reaching, Adam. I know you did not say the DJ called you. If Andrew said he didn't play it, Sneako didn't play it when they was at the club, who played it at the club and you said the DJ called you? Adam is a hoe. Adam is a liar. Adam, you are a liar. That's why the guy that went to China that does he was tired of dealing with these American hoes. He stopped going on Adam's show because he's like, Adam is a snake. Adam is a two-faced snake. That's what he said. Don't quote me word for word, but he said he doesn't like him. Then you got Donovan Sharp. Donovan Sharp was on the show. Then Donovan Sharp say, hey man, Adam Sosnick is not the one that you want to trust, bro. He's a liar. He's a snake. Well, I don't know if any of them say snake, but they don't like him. And they let it be known. Hey, we don't fuck with Adam because Adam is not who he said he is.
Myron, who, you know how much time we've spent with Myron.
Yep.
That ain't no kid stuff.
Well, Myron's not a kid, and he's a really good friend of mine.
I agree.
And Myron's not a kid. You're right. I don't know if Sneako played the song. Sneako played the song. I'm telling you from my perspective, and I don't want to make it something.
But how do you feel about that? Because let me ask you a specific question.
Sure.
How do you feel about that? But right, I know, but how do you feel about that?
But he told me a story about your grandfather,
Yep.
who served in World War II, yes?
Yes.
The American.
Yep.
What would your grandfather say about that? A neo-Nazi symbol who fought the Nazis.
Yeah, I understand.
Again. Here go again. There go ahead and drop more. There they go. Stop! There they go, dropping more seeds on his head. Your grandfather served in the World War where he had to fight the Nazis. How do you think he would have felt if he went like that? What do you think he would have felt about that? Already 10 minutes in the video, you should already see what they're trying to do, bro. This is when you're like, hey, how many times do I have to tell you I did not play the song? They are my friends. Let's talk about something else. Can we do that? Why did Andrew say that? This is the Matrix. Andrew, welcome. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna welcome you because I'm not in it. But I saw you enter the portal. You are no longer in the real world no more. Patric binged you. Like he was like, maybe Andrew was sleeping before the podcast and Patrick said, I have a blue pill. You know, he's Arabian, where the fuck he from? You know, I have a blue pill, I think I'm going to give it to Andrew. And Andrew was probably storming like, and he said, Bing. Oh, Andrew, do you want some water? Do you want some water, Andrew? Oh, yes, thank you. Go. Drink the blue pill. Andrew doesn't even know he's in the Matrix now.
And we have to be very, very careful. I understand exactly what you're saying. I agree that is offensive to many people. I totally understand it. And I'm not here to get myself.
It's offensive to Americans.
Well, yes.
Forget about just Jews. American lives died fighting Nazis.
That's true. That's true.
Your grandfather's.
And what about the black lives we lost during the Civil War? But then we still talk about rap. We still talk about bang bang, blah 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 blah. Nothing goes on the news though.
Friends died fighting Nazis. That to me, Jews or not Jews, Americans went to war against Nazis. This is an American thing. I wear an American flag pin, not an Israeli flag pin, not a global flag pin, certainly not an LGBT flag, American flag pin.
Yep.
My grandfather fought in World War II.
Yep.
So to me, this is anti-American. And I'm cool with Myron. I used to be cool with Myron, but how am I going to hang out with that? How are you going to hang out with that?
I've known Myron for a very long time.
There you go, placing more seeds. Yeah, bro, I hope y'all see the garden there are growing on in Andrew's head, bro. There's another seed. We done planted 3. They done planted 3 seeds. Now here's the 4th one. I hope you don't plan on hanging with them anymore. Another seed.
He's been a great friend of mine, and I have to make this very clear to the world. I have a whole bunch of friends who do a whole bunch of shit that perhaps I would not do myself, or I may not 100% agree with. But that doesn't mean they're not my friends, and I don't speak to them. Bro, I have to be honest here, guys. I'm really not trying to do some big apology tour, and the reason for that is because
now he did mention, I will give him props for that, but that's the only time he mentioned it's not an apology tour, bro.
So I want to make this clear. I understand why some people were offended. I understand they want to attach it to my name. I understand that it gets clicks in the media if you say Andrew Tate did X, Y, Z. I got on a bus. Full-grown men made decisions while I sat on my phone. I then got off the bus and stood in a nightclub while other people played songs while I sat on my phone. If they want to crucify me for that, that's up to them. Myron made the Nazi salute because he thought it was funny. That's Myron to come here and defend.
Of course.
It's not for me to sit here and come here and defend. Myron is someone I know and I respect and I like. Even if he did something that offended me, even if I found that offensive, I would still say, oh, okay, well, I like Myron. I have a whole bunch of friends who do a whole bunch of things that I don't like. I have black friends, white friends. I have every single type of friend you can have. We have the most racist group chat in the world. This is the world I live in, right? And I think that the reason the anti-Semitism issue is so sensitive is, one, because of the prevalence, especially online. And I'm not going to lie, I see it everywhere myself. I'm not even Jewish. It must be scary to see it absolutely everywhere online. The reason for that, I've just given you my theory as to why. That's the first reason. Second thing, of course, is World War II, and a lot of people died in the name of defending Jews. Of course, I understand that completely. But then thirdly, and I'd like to have an actual open and honest conversation about this. Don't we think, and I actually want your opinions, the fact that a song came on and the reaction has been so fierce and so, not aggressive, but it's so clear that songs like this can't be played without meeting genuine power in the world. Don't you think, to somebody who is completely detached from this situation, somebody at home who has nothing to do with this situation, watches it and sits and goes, ah, see, they are in charge of everything? I'm asking.
This is the perfect, by the way, I'm so grateful we're having this conversation because the world needs to see this.
Yeah.
If this was played in any other city, Tate, you would not see this reaction.
Got it.
Can I explain something?
Sure.
Miami Beach, they don't play this game, dog.
Well, clearly.
You're not going to Mamdani Miami.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
By the way, Stephen Miner, the mayor, Joe Magazine, David Suarez, you have a Jew and an Italian and a Cuban walk into a nightclub and they say, we don't play this game, homie. We see what's going on in the world, and every Jew, every capitalist, every billionaire leaving California, leaving New York, they're like, where can we go? You know how Governor DeSantis said, Florida's where woke goes to die.
Good friend of mine.
Your boy. Florida is where woke goes to die. Well, you know what? Miami is where racism goes to die. And I would say this, it's not racist if you make fun of everybody. Anybody can get it.
So I'm clear.
We got a black guy there, we got an Italian guy there.
So
I'm gonna stop the video right here because this is the moment I've been waiting for. Adam, you are a dumbass. Y'all just heard him say it. Every race can get it. Every race can get it. So what's the problem here? Oh, let me guess. You're mad because in this specific video, they did not play all racial songs. Is that the problem? Is that how it works? Is that the equalizer? If I say something about white people on Monday, I'm racist. But if I say something about white people on Tuesday, and then I include black, Hispanic, Haitians, Americans, Guatemalans, Tuscanians, if I were to mention everybody all in that same joke, then I'm not a racist. That's stupid. I should be able to talk about white people and only white people on Monday. Then next week, I can talk about black people. And then the people that saw me on Monday say, oh, he's talking about black people, but he also talking about white people. And then next week, you see me talking about some Spanish people. Then you'll be like, hey, hold on. He's talking about Spanish people, but then a couple of days ago, he was talking about black people. And then a week ago, he started talking about white people. It looks like this guy will give everybody the smoke. Why would I need to do all racial things all together? Well, then we have another problem then. I thought your grandfather served in the war, my boy. So you telling me I can make a Jew joke as long as I include every other race? Oh, your grandfather would turn over in his grave. He would be like, oh, Adam, it's okay because he make fun of me as long as he can make fun of everybody else. Adam, I raised you better than this. Your whole qualifications for what is right and what is wrong, it's bullshit. It's shit now. Because you just said if everybody can get the smoke, it's okay. It is the equalizer. You, Adam, are the poop that comes out of my dog's butthole. You suck. This was all a hit piece. Andrew, what happened? What happened, my boy? I don't know. They got you. We're gonna end the video right there. Thank you guys so much for liking it. I hope this one takes me to the moon. You feel me? When it comes to the likes and the views, boy, because I got a lot of smoke for all of them, because nothing that they said makes sense. PPD, I thought your podcast was a podcast of free speech. But hey, thank y'all so much for liking the video. Like, subscribe, share. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.